Popping here, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look at Chima Season 1. The only season of Chima I have ever seen, but there is 3 seasons altogether, and it did not last long in the LEGO world or for a LEGO theme. It was quickly cancelled after 3 seasons and 3 waves, and it is what it is. It obviously wasn't a very popular wave, it wasn't a popular series, so they cancelled it. And they brought in Nexo Knights, which was the thing that took over after Chima. LEGO is always constantly trying to find another hit like Ninjago, trying to find something that will rival Ninjago, and they've done it for a while. It's when Chima, Nexo Knights, Hidden Side, Video. Now we're on to Dreams as well, and I will be taking a look at all of those over the next coming weeks, whilst I finish up my Ninjago videos, just to show you the comparison between them, how long they last, and why they failed, because Ninjago is on top. So Laval the lion and Kragger the crocodile are best friends who live in a mystical land of Chima, but that changes when, after an incident escape, Kragger gets his first experience with Chi, the sacred resource important to the Chima's delicate balance, which gives its user awesome power, but the user needs to be careful with the power of Chi, and Kragger is not careful. He is corrupted by the power and ends the friendship with Laval, which then kickstarts the series. So I'm going to do a quick overview of this very complex story, because it does lose me at times. So the world of Chima is basically like a floating sky islands of loads of different animals living together. We have the tiger people, the skunk people, the rhino people, wolf people, eagle people, crocodile people, and there's probably a few more which I'm forgetting. There is definitely a couple that get introduced into later seasons, like spiders, foxes, squirrels, saber-toothed tigers, mammoths, and ravens. But for the purpose of Season 1, there isn't that many. And they all live in harmony, and they all have this like yearly race, basically like the Olympics, where they use the sort of race as an opportunity to win chi for your tribe and chi for your clan. Because basically the lions are the king of Chima, and they have all the chi in their like waterfall in their temple. And Kragler and Laval, sorry if I do get these names wrong, I'm not familiar with them at all, but they go in and steal some chi and they use it for themselves. Kragler gets overpowered by it, and he loses control and starts destroying stuff. The Lion Guards then stop him. He's banished from the Lion Kingdom and he's exiled, and they now make enemies with the crocodiles for trying to steal chi. So Kragler is the king of the crocodiles after a couple of years pass, and Laval is the king of the lions, and this hatred between lions and crocodiles continues going for the next couple of years. Kragler has an advisor, which is basically keeping them at war, keeping them enemies with the lions, and they plan an attack on the Lion Kingdom to steal the chi, and basically the lions try and fight back. Kragler and Laval have a heartfelt moment. Kragler then gets back with friends with Laval. The crocodiles don't like that they're making a peace treaty. They want the chi for themselves, so they exile Kragler, who then is all alone and is welcome nowhere. So Laval takes him back in, and they go on to fight the crocodiles and the crows. And when they're fighting the crocodiles and the crows over chi, they end up winning them back over and helping them get back onto the right track, helping them join forces, and it does lead into the next season where the wolves is the main villain. But all this from one kid accidentally using a chi and ending up splitting all the animals into 2 sides. And it's always the like bad animals, like everyone is sort of calling them bad animals, that end up on the enemy side with the wolves, crocodiles, ravens, all the animals associated with danger, death, destruction, and normally portrayed as evil characters in media, they are yet again being portrayed as evil characters here. Laval was shocked to find out that Kraglin pushed the assault the second time as well, when he unmasks him from his golden mask and corners him. Because he has to kill him, pretty much. But they all have this sort of circle in their chest, this circle in their armor where they put the chi, and it basically just gives them superpowers. They can run faster, they're much stronger, they go beast mode, basically, and I don't really know, I don't really care about this. I did get 3 sets from Chima. I got the Crow Flyer, the Racer Pack, and all of these are all on the channel, which you can go look at. It is a while ago I reviewed them, and I don't have them anymore. But yeah, it is a while ago I reviewed them, so it will be younger me, so do be warned about that. But the animation here is, I'm going to say, a little bit better than Ninjago. I think it looks a little more cleaner and a lot better than Ninjago looks. Ninjago looks plasticky, computer animated, really basic, the bare minimum. But this looks a little better. You have some textures here on the animals with some fur here, which we don't normally get with Lego animations. We don't have textures. We have some really cool armor pieces and some really nice shading, which, again, we don't really get with Ninjago. And I don't know, I quite like the art style with this. The voice acting is dreadful in this. The skunks talk really slow, or the specific skunk talks really slow, and the bears and the gorillas put on these funny voices when they're voice acting, and it's god awful. It is dreadful. I understand why it didn't last this long, but I know quite a few people did like Chima, but I'm in with those that don't like Chima. My girlfriend, she does like Chima. She talks about it quite a bit when we're talking about Lego. She keeps bringing up the animal one and talking about Chima and how much she liked it, and I just look at her confused because it's a pile of dog shit, but I love her, and if she likes it, then I like it too. So let's try and find some positives, shall we? The animation, excellent. Character design, amazing. I like the humanoid animal look. I like the fact that they've established a world. They ease you into this world by talking about the dragons not dragons, I don't know why I got dragons. The lions lead it, and everyone has this power source for chi, which upgrades them, and they're all after it, and they have this yearly race where you can win it. And they put their best champions forward for this race, and it just builds up a whole world, a whole system, and you get familiar with it pretty quickly. There is a lot of different animals to choose from, so with the first season, I'm glad they kept it basic with a small handful and slowly introduced more animal tribes as the seasons go on. But by the end of it, there's so many, you can't count it on 2 hands. They have really interesting weapons with these bone structures with light beams coming out of them, which I quite like. I really like their weapons. It's like a lightsaber but with bone hilts, and it's just really cool. And the crocodiles do live in the swamp. Lions live in the grasslands. Eagles, I don't have a clue where they live. But each animal has their own sort of village in their respective places, where the bears and the gorillas sort of share a home in the big jungle. But if you go to the swamp, you can really tell it's evil. It's got green smoke everywhere. The tone of the show changes when you go there. The music changes, and it gets all dark and serious when you head into the swamp compared to the grasslands where everything's happy and all joyful. There is quite a few jokes here. Some of them don't land, and some of them are at some of the animals' expenses, making the obvious animal jokes that everyone makes, the basic animal jokes where the skunk smells bad and they have to wear nose plugs when they go near him. The gorillas do stuff for bananas, and the rhinos are stupid. Just the generic sort of animal jokes that get played upon, which I think get overdone pretty severely in Chima. but some of them do make me laugh, I will give it that. The Lego designs for Chima are pretty cool as well. They have these head prints and then these molded sort of animal helmets which go on top. So you can have the character with or without the bigger head, which I quite like. My favourite lion is the one on screen here to the left with the scars. He's the one that I had as a figure, and he was definitely my favourite. I thought he was the coolest, and he's the one that I prized the most. I don't think I have him anymore, though. I definitely used his parts for a custom at some point. I think he was when I was watching Hunter x Hunter. But, again, this is a very basic plot. I feel like I've seen this plot before, where two kids, someone steals something, it goes wrong, they get separated, and they are put up against each other. Holy shit, it's the plot of Arcane. Arcane does this plot, but more dark. Arcane has a much darker version of this plot, but it is a very common plot, and it has been seen before, and I just twigged that it's Arcane again. But, yeah, we have some cool characters. I do like the lions. The lions are pretty cool, although I do think they are quite stuck up at times, and too sort of defensive over the chi. I think, they need to share it a little bit more, because them having it all the time and only giving it away at sort of the races just puts them with a bigger target on their back and sort of builds hatred towards them, and it sort of ruins trust if these have it and they can use it for what they want and they distribute it. I don't know, it just seems a little off that the lions have it all. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. Have a nice day, and I forgot to rate it, so I am going to give it a good 5 out of 10. It's sort of middle ground. It's not good, but it's not bad. I'll just say it's a meh. It's okay. It's a watchable show. It isn't like Nexo Nights. It isn't like Video. It is pretty decent. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Good middle ground. Good mid show. If you do want me to review any other shows, any other anime, every other film, please write it down in the comments below, and I will check it out as soon as I can. I'll put it on my watch list, and I'll watch it and get it out the pack. I do have a couple of other videos which I am working on right now, but yeah, other than that, bye-bye. I know I keep saying bye, but I do have some more information to give you. Please definitely go check out my link tree if you want some more Tyler Price in your life. But now I'm done.